All right.
Okay, introduce yourself.
Okay. I'm Ben Timson, head girls soccer coach at Springfield Catholic.
And holder of the first state title for any program in the city.
Well, yeah, I guess that's true.
That's true, definitely. You just knocked off Trinity 3-0, little revenge.
It was sweet revenge after they got us last year, after they knocked us out, yes.
Yeah, we talked a little bit yesterday about the heart the girls showed. Today was a little bit harder, but let's not even worry about that. There'll be plenty of folks that can talk about the game. I'd like to talk about the personnel.
Okay.
You had a couple of midfielders that stood out for you this year, Natalie Smith and Aaron Fitzgerald. Tell me a little bit about your impressions of them.
Well, they complement each other extremely well. Natalie is a sort of a hard-charging, attack-minded midfielder, and Aaron is a much more defensive-minded midfielder. Both of them are extremely technical and understand the game very well. They both distribute the ball well. Natalie goes forward, Aaron drops and covers.
Aaron's got her back.
Aaron's got her back. Right.
They followed. Natalie also had the opportunity to play with Tara Bells, and Tara's primary running partner was Ellie Holtman, and that was a heck of a midfield combo. That team. They were the first ones to beat Kickapoo ever, weren't they?
Right, that's true.
How do you compare those two teams, those two groups?
Well, they're very different. Tara and Ellie were very physical players. They just went into every 50-50 ball full bore. They were much stronger than Natalie and Tara. Than Natalie and Aaron physically. And so they created a lot of space for themselves and won a lot of 50-50 balls with real physical play. Whereas Natalie and Aaron do it much more by moving and running, sidestepping and whatnot.
Right.
Especially Aaron, she's about half the size of Tara and Ellie Holtman.
Is there another midfield combination that stands out for you in the history of the program?
Probably not two. We've had a couple of real strong center mid forward combinations. The first 3 years of the program we had Katie Martin, Mary Litvand. Katie was a very strong center midfielder, and Mary was just a slashing forward that could finish almost anything. And but they were essentially the only two players we had. I always joke that when they were here we played an 8-1-1 shape, and Katie and Mary were always screaming at me to get them more support, and I said, "No, you just get us a goal, and they'll stop out."
And we'll go from there.
Yeah, and then we had Courtney Dahlberg and Andrea Scahan, who were the very good. Well, actually, that was the next real strong combination we had was Catherine Fitzgerald and Katie Scahan, and then Courtney Dahlberg and Andrea Scahan were
Catherine Fitzgerald. You've had a few Fitzgeralds in a couple.
Three. Yeah, this was Aaron, Catherine, Shannon, Aaron, and 11 years of Fitzgerald Lady Irish soccer ended tonight.
And we also had another sister combination end tonight.
Renners.
The Renners.
Now there were 5 of them.
5 Renners.
Elizabeth, Rebecca, Hannah, Maddie, and Ronnie.
Oh my goodness.
So there was 11 years of Renners in Springfield Catholic High, and that
just ended as well.
Tonight. Yeah. It ended in a state championship for both families.
That was pretty cool.
Couldn't have been a better end. Yeah.
Let's talk a little about the defense. You had Carson Barron and Rebecca Mayas, just rocks back there this year.
Oh yeah. Those two are. I mean, they're of one mind.
They inherited that program from Annie Prenger, essentially, right?
Exactly.
So you got Annie, 2 for 1?
We got a 2-for-1 deal there. Yeah, it took 2 of them to replace Annie, but they've done one heck of a good job. And both of them were midfielders to start their freshman year. And that was Annie's senior year.
Right.
And Rebecca and Carson both played in the outside midfield for us and did a very good job there as freshmen. But then, how do we replace Annie?
Right.
And so that was the time I decided to go from playing sweeper stopper to 4 back with 2 central defenders.
Yeah, because those two work so well together.
Oh yeah, and they've just picked it up and taken to it like I don't know what the analogies are right now that I can say on the air, but they've taken to it just incredibly well.
Just like Natalie and Aaron in front of them.
Yeah, right.
Then you got the two of them.
Yeah, and those two are, they're inseparable. They ride together on the bus. They stay together at the hotel. They eat lunch together. They got their little dance before the game that they go through, and they just read each other so well.
And then talking about pairs, you had a pair of keepers that...
remarkable pair.
All right.
Yeah, Rachel Scott, Megan Getzinger.
Rachel Scott, which
Rachel
I promised
Scott,
to spell correctly for the rest of my life. I apologize for putting Rachel Cook in the... sorry, Rachel. It's Rachel Scott and Megan Getzinger.
Yeah, we refer to him as our up-and-down goalkeeper and our side-to-side goalkeeper. Rachel can cover the bar a little better than Megan can, but Megan is just lightning quick side-to-side. And the save Rachel made on, I believe it was Storm French, St. Vincent yesterday, just saved us when she went up and punched that ball over the bar.
Right.
With 8 minutes to play in the first half. It looked like for all the world that St. Vincent was going to take the lead. And,
how did I describe it as the collective gas?
Yes,
for the...
right, exactly. But she got up and got it. And but Megan is so quick side to side and covering the penalty area that she relieves just a ton of pressure that way. But those two, 7 goals all year, 19 shutouts. 19 combined shutouts. They gave up 7 goals all year. Rachel just won. Now she played the first half all the time, and sometimes, there's a lot of feeling out in the first half, so sometimes there's not quite as much pressure in the first half, but we played some good teams. And, Ozark,
you pressed yourself to get here, obviously.
Yeah, the little Davidson girl, Morgan Davidson, scored 17 minutes into the season against Rachel. She didn't give up another goal the rest of the year.
That was it.
That was it. That was the only goal Rachel Scott gave up all year.
Wow.
So I haven't done the math now, but I think her goals against average is like 0.09 or something like that.
It's been a long, hot weekend.
Yeah.
Ended 11 years for the runners and Fitzgeralds. Is there a particular memory that you're going to take away with this?
Just at this point, and I've been thinking about this a lot for the last,
you are a thinker, Coach.
Few weeks, yeah. And I mean, to me, it's like this is for every girl that's ever put on a Springfield Catholic High uniform, because this thing got started from nothing, and we didn't have first year. Katie Martin had just moved back from South Carolina, was the only girl that had ever played club soccer of any kind, and we just kind of built. We had some success, which got some of the younger girls interested, and it just kind of built through the years, and we wouldn't be where we are today if it wasn't for all those girls that came.
It was quite a family celebration here at the end.
Yeah.
We got pictures of the Renners and the Fitzgeralds, plus all the other families that are there.
And so there was a lot of them, and I mean, this is kind of like for, but it's not only for that. It's for for Tom Davidson and Jeff Rogers, who when I got started with this, they were the senior members, and they gave me all kinds of advice, and and Evan Palmer, learned a lot from Evan, and they shared a lot of things with me along the way. And Tom and Jeff have been willing to step up and play us all these years.
Right, which they wouldn't have to do.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to.
Class 1 program.
They wouldn't have to. And Kickapoo beat us 8 straight times, and they knew that eventually we would, because we're the nothing to gain everything, or nothing to lose, everything to gain. We just threw absolutely everything at them every year. And, but those guys are. They're tremendous mentors for
here's
me.
to the Springfield community, then, in other words. You brought the first one back, and now let's...
Yeah, I kind of look at it, this isn't me, this is all of us.
Right.
And, it's all a part of it. Tom texted me this morning at 6 o'clock, wishing me the best of luck, and I didn't even realize he texted me. I saw it about 2, so I sent him one back saying, if this happens, it's just as much you as it is me. So.
All right. Well, thanks, Coach, and congratulations.
Okay. Thank you, Steve. Appreciate everything you do for Springfield soccer.